Hello and welcome to the fifth episode of this here podcast. We're doing this one on Saturday, and my voice is all missing. You know, I was at the Hawks game, and then I went to the Pacers game. I was screaming, losing my mind, getting real drunk, being rowdy, and I'm no longer able to speak very well. So, speaking of those, one thing that I think the NBA should really be looking into with that Pacers game, right? And we've seen it all the time. Like, I remember back in the Sacramento game, Alex Len elbowed Rudy Gobert, and then like 2 possessions later, elbowed Royce O'Neal in the head. So it was like Gobert to the face, O'Neal to the head, all within 30 seconds. Neither of them were called, nothing happened. And last night, or a couple nights ago, at the Pacers game, the refs were being lopsided. And they're trying to bring back the physicality, but I think a part of that is they need to embrace a little bit of what hockey does. Where when the refs aren't calling it and push comes to shove, you should just kind of throw an enforcer out there, right? Like if you're Miami, you throw Udon out there who doesn't really play much meaningful anything. But if shit's getting rowdy, some guys are getting too physical, then you put him out there, you can fucking like body check him, get up in his face, yell at him. They both get pulled aside and just sat in the penalty box, but like, that is insane to me that three Jazz players got ejected and fined like $80,000 for that little tussle they did. That was fucking bullshit. And that's not good for the game because they really do need to be able to enforce rules themselves. When every team has games where they're getting a bad whistle and the refs just really aren't there for them. And so when that's happening, you need to be able to get a guy out there. I'm not saying fucking like hurt someone or cause any injuries, but to like just get up in there and like be like, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we doing this? Get up in there, maybe body check him, throw him around a little. Not really, just set the tone. When players are getting out of hand, like Alex Len throwing 2 elbows in 10 seconds, someone should go out there and be like, yo, what the fuck are we doing? And then they both could just sit in the penalty box for the rest of the quarter and kind of really reevaluate the way that they're playing and address that. Now for today, I've got some bets I'm excited about these. So the first one, because my philosophy with betting is that it's, I do it like a roulette table, right? Where lots of people would just go up, if their sports betting was the way, if they did it roulette ways, the way that they bet is they go up to the roulette table, put fucking $50 on number 7, and then spin the wheel. It either hits 7 and they fucking are like, yeah, win, or 99% of the time it doesn't hit 7 and they lose. So what I do, we're starting off with the Jaime Munguia boxing fight, because now I was talking with some experts. I'm into boxing. I enjoy watching people fucking punch each other. That's amazing stuff. But I've only seen Munguia's fights a couple times, and I don't think I've ever seen a Rosado fight. So I'm really not myself able to interpret, to read between the lines and figure out what's going on. But I was able to consult with an expert who pretty much said that they believe Munguia is going to win, but it's going to be very close, and there's a very good chance that Rosado wins. That was the information I got. So the way that I did it is I put a total of, I put about $30 on the fight, spread out in all sorts of different ways. So I put $5 on Rosado winning by decision or technical decision, which pays out $60. I put $5 on Rosado winning by knockout, technical knockout, or disqualification, which pulls out $42. And then I took the rounds 7 through 12, which all had 100-to-1 odds if Rosado wins on there. And so I put $1 on all those, right? So if he wins in round 7, I get $100 from that bet. Plus, if it's by the knockout, I get another $40. So I'm like $150 for $6 of bets, which is insane. But then on round 12, I made it $2. So I get $200 if he knocks him out in round 12. And then round 11 was my lucky number. I put $5 on there. So that one turns into $500 if Rosado wins in round 11. So for $30, I have a chance to pull like $600 out of that fight, which is the way that it's pretty much, if Rosado wins, I'm putting $30 on Rosado to win, and depending on how and when he does it, I'll win somewhere between between like, I guess if it's by a KO, worst case scenario would be $40, but that's very unlikely. Because that would mean he would knock him out in the early rounds, which they're both, I don't see that happening from what I was hearing. Now the next one I did, same method, Jazz and Heat game. So I put $25 on this game. Same thing, $5 on different areas. So if the Heat win by 1 or 2 points, that's $60. If the Heat win by 3 or 6 points, that's $40. If the Jazz win by 1 or 2 points, that's $50. If the Jazz win by 3 or 6, it's 23, 7 or 9 is 34. So once again, I bet $25 to essentially say, if it's a close game, I'll double my money. Which I think Jazz and Heat will be a close game. I don't think it's a blowout. And that's the thing, like these aren't, well, like Rosado winning in round 11, that's a jackpot type thing. But usually the smart way to do it is like, yeah, you hedge your bets, you cover the board, and so now it's essentially just, if it's a close game, I double my money, which is, I like that bet. Then with the Celtics, I did a parlay, because these ones both just seemed nice to me. Celtics were only losing 1.5 points, so I took the parlay that the Celtics still win, they'll fucking cover the spread, and that the total game points scored is over 200.5, which that was a really low over and under. And I don't know too much about the technical analysis of how these defenses are, why they thought it was so low, but I just thought those were good odds where Celtics can easily win by 2 points and both teams score an average of 100 points, like 104 to 102, and the Celtics win by 2, that seems easy to hit. So I have that parlay, that's separate. And another separate thing was just the 76ers getting 3.5 points. I liked that for some reason. I don't remember who they're playing. I was just kind of going through finding shit I liked this morning. Then the Celtics had good odds on, and so I just did the same shit where I put $3 and if they win by 1 or 2 points, $3 if they win by 3 or 6, and $3 if they win by 7 or 9. So I was altogether $9 and $9 of betting on the Celtics to win by single digits, and if they do, I'll double or triple my money. So that's, all in all, I bet $65 on today's slate of games, and if everything hits out the jackpot, I could turn that into, just shy of $1,000, I think. So I'm hot on all those bets. Obviously, I put money on it. And I think that concludes this episode. Thanks for tuning in.